friends, it's Nancy, and I'm back to put together the signatures for my um, vintage, well, it's actually an antique cookbook. This is what I'm working on right now. So yesterday I finished all of the collaging, and these are ready to go. These are going to be the anchor pages of my 12 signatures, but of course first we have to add a treasure to the treasure box. And I've got this tiny little note card. It's a thank you card with a typewriter on it. Printed in Cleveland, a forget-me-not card. And I actually bought this for a specific journal, and then I didn't use it. I think I misplaced it or something. But then when I was sorting through some stuff the other day, I found it again, and I thought, oh, that is too cute to just not get used. So let's just pop it in there. Okay. So I've got all of my signatures laid out. There are some things that, like these are ledger pages. So each one will be getting one of these ledger pages. I don't know if this is how you do it, or I don't know. I tend to do to try to sort of keep things looking the same. No, shouldn't say that. Not looking the same, but have some continuity between the signatures, and then add some uniqueness to them through other pages. So some of these are going to be the same. So this is tea-dyed ledger paper. So every signature is going to get one of those. Oh, thanks, honey. I just got a tea delivered to me. Once I've got these signatures all together, they will go into the book press. And these, I think this came from, these are also tea-dyed. I tea-dyed these just the other night. These are from a sketchbook. All right. Now I have some other writing papers. Let's see how far we get with those. So this is just notebook paper. This is tea-dyed manuscript paper for writing music. And this is, this was legal sized graph paper. I had a question last night about how I determine how many signatures to put in a book, and why I wouldn't do bigger signatures and less. So the reason why is because, well, first of all, how I determine how many signatures go in, I measure the spine, and for every 1/4 inch I put in a signature. So this this spine was 2 3/8, I think. So not quite 12, but I'm doing 12 anyway. And then the reason I do smaller signatures is because they open up flatter. They're easier to write in than having like a great big stack of 30 pages next to your hand. So that's why. And it's not any more work, really. Okay, let's get some more exciting pages in here. So I've got some, these are from a book about wildflowers, and it had writing in it, but it also had these big plates. So I've pulled a couple of those out. That one's pretty. This is from a birthday card. So I'll make sure this goes in the center of a signature. And this came from a book. It's all really Victorian looking images, but also very light colored verses. I thought they kind of matched nice. And this one says the picture was printed in Germany in 1910. This one was printed in Germany in 1908. So it's right. It's the right period. Then I made these little thingies. So these are pages from a book about trees, and they flip out like that. So that'll, oh, isn't that beautiful? That's a shining thorn. So that will go into a center. This one is just a short one, a small one. I only had one page. This is also a flip out where I have put together two individual pages, and this is from a very old book, but the pages are quite thick, and I love the gorgeous illustrations. They look like bookmarks almost. I had another one. Okay, so now I have some birds, some notebook paper, and some plainer pages. So let's add some plainer pages. This one is a dictionary, but it's illustrated, so there's some costumes, some clocks, clouds. This one has a cathedral. This is from a 1940s catalog of chairs. This is from a book about weeds. I like the illustrations. This is from a French school book for learning French. We've got some music. This is from a book about how to knit. And we'll put in a bird. How many pages are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's fine. I think I'm going to add a bird to this one with the trees, the single trees, and the single there. All right, so I had a couple leftovers. That's fine. I'm not putting these necessarily in any order. I'm just shoving one inside the other. It's New Year's Day. I was in bed well before midnight last night, although I woke up about 12:45. I've actually been sleeping better because I've come up with an idea. So being the natural worrywart that I am, I often would, if I woke up, couldn't sleep, I would worry about, you know, my performance the next day. Am I going to be able to drive safely? If I go to sleep now and wake up at the regular time, how many hours sleep will I have? Just, you know, winding the old hamster wheel up. So I did trim these edge pieces a bit so that they wouldn't go right clear into the center of the signature. I hope that makes sense. I want them to be able to flip in and out easily. So I've decided, and I've read this 100 times, you know, if you're not sleeping, if you haven't fallen asleep within 15 minutes, get up. So what I've been doing for the past week or two, I guess, is before I go to bed, I find some quiet tasks to do, and I put it on the dining room table. So if I do have to get out of my bed, I know I have something to distract me, and I won't be noisy and wake up Doug. Oh. Gonna make sure and remember that goes in the center, because otherwise I might forget. The other ones I'll remember. That one I'll probably forget. And when I do assemble the signatures, they won't be going in the same order, with the exception of the anchor pages. They will be on the outside of every signature, just to keep that cohesive appearance. And I like to pick a good strong page, and also a big page. So I think I've gotten up twice, maybe. And the one night was Christmas Eve night, going into Christmas Day. I got up, and I was up until 3:30, almost 4, before I went back to bed. So I really feel like I'm sleeping better. Which is a treat. Cat bit me this morning. Starting off 2021 good. I had a real hard time with my video yesterday. I tried to upload it. It was done by noon. It was ready to upload. I uploaded it like 3 times. And it just would not cooperate. Beautiful. I love that. So like most of my journals, this will be mainly for the purposes of writing, or, you know, collaging, art, drawing. I'm going to move those before I drop them on the floor, knock them off. So I was downstairs this morning going through what few books I have left in the basement. They'll get moved up as I clear some books out of here. But I still have a few. And I found another Alice in Wonderland book. I love Forget-Me-Nots. They're my favorite, I think. Well, I shouldn't say that because I like pansies and roses. But I have never been able to grow Forget-Me-Nots. And my grandmother had Forget-Me-Nots under her back porch. And they just expanded. She had to pull them out because they would take over. I did use those recipes that were written on paper that I found in the book as part of the collage. Those collages took all day yesterday. So between collaging and trying to upload a video, made for a long day. Okay. Now look at that. And you're probably wondering, what's a book press and why do you use a book press? So like this right now, it is almost 2.5 inches tall. But after a night in the book press, it'll get significantly more compact to leave more room for embellishments and pockets and tags and all that kind of thing. And I do really want to use some fabric and that kind of stuff. So I got this idea from Catherine at Sunnyside Journals, and she gives credit to, sorry, I'm being really noisy. She gives credit to Sea Lemon. So this just involved 2 cutting boards. These are bamboo. Wrong way, Feldman. These are bamboo cutting boards from Dollarama. And the hardware, just wrote down whatever Sea Lemon said to get and went to the hardware store. And you can buy each of these pieces individually. You don't have to buy a whole package of bolts or a whole packet. Look at this, it's splitting. Oh no. That's no good. It's 3 layers, so the other 2 layers are still okay. So let that be a lesson to you. If you have the option of getting a cutting board that doesn't have these different fused together pieces, get that. Okay. So if I measured that, and I mean, they won't stay that width, but you know, we went from 2.5 to 1 inch. So leave this overnight. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're only 20 minutes. That's good. So I made the rounded spine for my journal and wrapped it around this old rolling pin in order to shape it. So there we are. It's funny how long these knee highs get. They're thigh highs now. I gotta steal some better elastics. These ones come from work. We use them to put on our big files, and then I come home wearing them because I'll take the elastic off the file and then wrap it around my wrist a couple times and come home wearing them. Oh, but I do have a better one there. I should put that on there now. Okay, put you away. Okay, now got my Fabri-Tac glue. So this is a critical step in making a rounded hollow back spine. And I also recently got a question about how to do the hollow back spine. And I said that I would make sure that I included a demonstration of that. So in this book, instead of making a new spine, I'm just using the original spine, which I've reinforced with fabric because it was a little on the aged side. So it is ready to be strengthened with this rounded shape. It's a little long. I have made no resolutions for 2021. Okay. So I'm just kind of pressing the edge of that into the fabric to make sure that it's going to stick. It's hard to show you what I'm doing because I have to keep the book rounded in order to maintain that shape. Okay, so I will just put this in my letter file thing over here. Leave that for a couple hours. And yeah, so tomorrow I will be doing some sewing on some of these pages, adding some lace, some fabrics, that sort of thing. So the signatures aren't going in tomorrow, but soon thereafter. All right, so thanks so much for joining me today. Happy New Year, happy 2021. Let's just hope for a much better year. Take care.